horrific occurring in this country right now. It is potentially very nefarious. I do not see anybody talking about it. I need to speak on this. I have firsthand experience with this happening, not from myself, but from a close friend of mine, and it needs to be talked about. I had a friend of mine who had a mental health crisis, and during this mental health crisis, he attempted to unalive himself. The pew-pew was removed from him, and he ended up pew-pewing himself in the foot. When this occurred, he was transported to a mental health hospital several hours away from my house. When he was released, we were unable to pick him up due to us being out in the middle of nowhere at the time with our children. And we were told by the hospital that he was going to be brought to us via a private transportation system that was not funded by anyone else but them. Keep in mind, our friend did not have insurance. We called the hospital to check up on his arrival. Again, the location that he was at was 2 hours away from our home. 5 hours later, we still had not heard anything. He still had not arrived, so we called the hospital to check on his whereabouts. They said that he had left with the private transportation system, and he was just in limbo at this point. When our friend arrived, he appeared to be under the influence of something. He was very groggy. His eyes were bloodshot red. After he came to, an hour later, he ate something. We asked him what happened, and he began to tell us that this individual who was driving this vehicle intentionally was going the opposite direction of our house. After my friend was offered a THC vape and puffed on it a few times, he began to see that he was going in the wrong direction. He was passing signs that he knew was the opposite direction of our home. He spoke up to the driver. The driver didn't really seem to budge on anything, told him that he knew what he was doing, he knew where he was going, and that he was safe. During this transport, when my friend really was adamant that he was going in the wrong direction, he told the driver to pull over at a gas station immediately, that he needed to use the restroom. When he got out, he was at a gas pump. He basically came up on the driver's window and said, "I know you're not taking me to the right place. Take me to the right place right fucking now, or I'm going to go into this gas station and ask for this phone, and I'm going to call my people and tell them exactly where I'm at." The driver of this private transportation service then took him exactly where he needed to go, which was our house. Guys, you do not realize how many people in recovery who are leaving rehabilitation centers, mental health hospitals, who do not have family, who do not have support systems, being dropped off and never seen again. Release a 2 to 3 part series because I have been gathering evidence on this for the last year. The unaccounted individuals in this country picked up by private transportation services, dropped off at unknown locations and never seen again is absolutely horrendous, and we need to dig into this further because it is happening underneath our noses every single day. Where are they going? The common pattern that I have found across all of these cases is the hospitals have noted that these people have no family and no friends to return home to.
This is actually something I spoke about on my most recent video on this channel. This Native American woman, she came out and spoke about how there's these white vans that come out to her reservation, takes people under the guise of treating them for alcoholism, narcotics abuse, and as such, telling them they're going to take them to a facility. But these people, they're taken and they're never seen again. All to keep a Medicare money scam going called bodybrokering. And I said, this is happening to all types of people, all shapes, all sizes, all colors. If they see that you are vulnerable, they're going to take you away again to continue the money flow. Human trafficking is big business and people are being used for every little thing. For example, take a look at this news clip. It's just downright disgusting.
Health providers and state officials are warning that so-called body brokers from California may be targeting homeless drug addicts in Hawaii.
The fear is that local addicts will be used as a lucrative source of insurance payments for rehab programs that do more harm than good.
The alarm about possible body brokers was raised after Friday night when 2 women showed up here at Kauhali Health, passing out these business cards and making an offer that seemed too good to be true.
Lots of red flags for me.
Security cameras at the homeless health and housing facility recorded the women's visit. Project staff said they didn't hide their intentions.
She began to tell me that they're here from there to try to recruit people, you know, anybody that was interested in rehabilitation.
So it sounded legit, and I mean, if you're gonna come to the streets over here and tell the homeless, hey, you wanna come to California for free? We'll house you, we'll feed you. All you gotta do is this, and this. I would go.
The cards had only a phone number and a web address for a business called Santa Monica Rehab. Center operator Dr. Scott Biskovich did a quick search and found a warning from Delaware about Santa Monica Rehab recruiting for substance addicts there. We also found alarming news stories about a Southern California explosion of unregulated clean and sober houses and similar recruiting tactics targeting Native Americans in Arizona for what often turned out to be scam programs funded by insurance and taxpayer dollars. Cal Holly Health, they posted a sign warning about the recruiters, even though no one is sure whether they're representing a legitimate program or not, or whether the recruiting is illegal. I decided to call this number on the card myself. I said my name was Daryl and wanted to know more about the program.
I'm just an outreach worker. I just try to let people know I'm also a client in the program, and this program really helped me change my life and to get sober. So it helps me to help other people. She said they had more than 100 houses in Southern California. The minimum stay was 90 days. I told her about the warning signs about her recruiting. It's definitely not a scam. I'm a client in the program. I don't understand why you're asking these kind of questions. These are strange questions. It doesn't really seem like you're interested in joining the program, so I'm going to hang up the phone now. California business records show Santa Monica Rehab LLC was formed in 2022 by a man named Nathan Young. He and his business partners and multiple companies were sued in 2023 by Aetna Insurance, which claimed $40 million in fraud and said that clean and sober homes were more like drug dens with virtually no treatment and highly paid body brokers doing the recruiting. Nathan Young countersued Aetna, saying it had conducted a sham audit to avoid paying for legitimate treatment. The facilities are still operating. Attorneys for Young did not respond to our emails, seeking to confirm if these recruiters were from their company.
I don't see why they'd have to recruit outside of California. I'm pretty sure they have quite a population there to serve, so that alone is a red flag.
When I did ask her if she could return, she told me that, well, we're currently we're at the airport right now with 2 possible clients. We're trying to get them on the plane back to California because they're going to be entering their program. And I said, wow, that was pretty fast.
So it's extremely concerning that they would come here and then force these decisions right away. It's like, oh, you have to get on the plane. It's like right now, that's very worrisome.
And the worst part, if they do go out and they want to refuse treatment, now what? Do they become homeless in California?